So you want to know if OneKey Classic is worth it? Is it safe, secure, private, user-friendly and cost-effective? Well, let's find out. In this video, I will take you through its features and I share with you what I know about this device. And also I interviewed Sean Han, Head of Business Development at OneKey. I will include our conversation at the end of the video so I can cover all of your questions. Also, after our conversation, the team of OneKey offered to run a giveaway for you here, my regular viewers. So make sure that you watch this and leave comments below for your chance to get your hands on a brand new device for free. So without further ado, let's get started. Hey everyone, my name is OJ, crypto analyst and investor since 2016. I've done reviews on all major hardware wallet devices on the market, and before I go into the nitty-gritty of this device, a few words on cold wallets in general. In the world of cryptocurrency, security is of utmost importance. With the increasing value and popularity of digital assets, the risk of theft is also on the rise. One of the most effective ways to protect your cryptocurrency holdings is, of course, by using a hardware wallet, also known as cold wallet. Unlike hot wallets, which are connected to the internet and therefore vulnerable to hacking, hardware wallets store your private keys offline, providing a secure and reliable means of storage. There are several compelling reasons why you should consider migrating to cold storage if you haven't done that yet for all your cryptocurrency holdings. First and foremost, as the value and adoption of cryptocurrencies continue to grow, so does the potential for theft and fraud. With the increasing sophistication of hackers and cyber criminals, it is becoming more important than ever right now to take proactive measures to secure your digital assets. Cold storage solutions like hardware wallets provide offline solutions that make it much harder for hackers or any bad actors to gain access to your private keys and to steal your funds. Additionally, with more and more financial institutions and traditional investors entering the cryptocurrency market, the need for robust security measures is only going to become more critical. By migrating to cold storage, you can ensure that your crypto holdings are protected, secure, no matter what the future holds. With the recent collapse of FTX, one of the biggest crypto exchanges, which you might have heard of, crypto users worldwide woke up to the importance of storing their assets securely and, more importantly, in self-custody, meaning we don't want to trust third parties to protect our assets. Custodial services like Coinbase, Binance, Crypto.com and many others are okay for temporary usage, but when it comes to long-term holdings or even short-term large amounts of cryptocurrency, you don't want that to be in the hands of someone else. Not your keys, not your crypto. You know that by now. Well, throughout November, December 22, when every crypto exchange was rumored to be the next one to follow the collapse of FTX, users rushed to withdraw their assets from exchanges. Many of us took our crypto into cold storage. The Google Trends Analytics showed that the searches for the term hardware wallet hit the top of the chart in November, and with that, sales of hardware wallets exploded. As I said, you have a chance to win a free device here, a giveaway that is exclusive to the viewers of Crypto Corner, so keep watching. I have run such giveaways many times on this channel. I have reviewed all the top hardware wallets on the market and I use 5 of them. Why so many? Well, I just don't want to store all of my crypto in one place. Even though they're secure, anything could happen. So spreading my coins over several devices is my strategy. But whether you're a first-time buyer or you just want to diversify like me and have different devices so you have even better protection, there are several factors to consider when choosing a hardware wallet. So here are the top 5 things to keep in mind. First comes security, of course, the most important factor to consider when choosing a hardware wallet. Look for wallets that use robust encryption and that have multiple layers of protection, such as a PIN or password, two-factor authentication, and biometric authentication as well. Second, supported cryptocurrencies. You have to make sure that the hardware wallet you choose supports the cryptocurrencies that you actually want to be holding there. Some wallets only support a limited number of coins, while others, like this device, are more versatile and support a wide range of digital assets. 3. The user experience. A hardware wallet should be easy to use and navigate, even for those who are new to cryptocurrencies. Look for wallets with intuitive interfaces and clear instructions for setting up and using the device, like this one. Also, reputation. Do your research and choose a hardware wallet from a reputable and trusted manufacturer. Look for reviews and feedback from other users to get an idea of the wallet's performance and reliability over time. And 5 is the price. Hardware wallets come at different price points, so it's important to consider how much you're willing to spend. Now, let's see how OneKey fares on these points. Let's start with the first one, security. This device carries 2 chips, the secure element secure chip and also an MCU, a universal chip, and this goes for all of the hardware wallets, not just the classic but the other models too. The MCU chip is mainly in charge of data communication, while the security chip is mainly used for generating the seed phrase and the private keys based on BIP39 standard by a built-in random number generator. This makes the hardware wallet ultra secure against a vast majority of hacking risks on the internet. In fact, there was a glitch that was discovered early on, which was immediately fixed, and I will talk about this with Sean later on in our conversation, so we can be reassured that there are no bugs or other exploit risks anymore. More importantly, everything from 3D source files to PCB circuit boards, both software and firmware, are completely open sourced and they can be found in their code repository. If a wallet doesn't open source its code, I would worry that it's hiding a backdoor that could compromise the security of my assets. OneKey's code is open source, publicly hosted on GitHub, so anyone can inspect or use their code. And this was also emphasized by Sean in our conversation that I will play for you in just a few minutes. OneKey, of course, supports FIDO and FIDO2 protocols. FIDO stands for Fast Identity Online, and FIDO2 is the newest set of specifications from the FIDO Alliance. It enables the use of common devices to authenticate online services on both mobile and desktop environments, using unique cryptographic login credentials for every site, in this case a physical device. Essentially, FIDO2 is passwordless authentication. Of course, you will use a PIN code to unlock your device, so you still have that personalized access protection that you set up yourself. Privacy is a priority, and OneKey's servers do not store any private data about users and do not covet their personal information. This is also confirmed in our conversation with Sean. I made sure that we talk about this too, as I know that there were claims made in the past about wallets being able to restrict or even block users based on their IP address. This is not the case here, as OneKey does not collect any such data. So far so good. What else? Well, supported cryptocurrencies. Okay, OneKey supports all major platforms and blockchains, so you can switch to it from any other wallet, be it MetaMask, Phantom, Zeroin, Token Pocket, IM Token, KeepKey, which is what I'm actually doing because my KeepKey malfunctioned, or any other wallet, even Ledger and Trezor if you have issues with older devices. The most straightforward way would be to migrate your seed phrase to this new device, so you automatically gain access to your accounts. But if you are using a custodial wallet where you don't have a seed phrase, then you will need to send your coins manually for each blockchain like a regular transaction. I opted for the latter option simply because I used a software wallet when my KeepKey malfunctioned. I used Exodus, and this is not safe enough. Now my computer has stored some data, which could be a problem, so I did not sweep my seed phrase, but rather I conducted manual transactions to move my coins from the older accounts to the new ones on this device. It supports more than 43 blockchains and thousands of tokens, and it works with Web3 and DeFi platforms. Okay, next is user experience. First, I am amazed at how lightweight the device really is, very compact and easy to handle. It's only 20 grams and exactly the size of a credit card. Fun fact, my Crypto.com metal card is actually heavier than this device. If I say paperweight, it's not an exaggeration. It's very thin, 5 millimeters, which is about 2 credit cards thickness. And if I put this in my shirt pocket, you wouldn't even know that I'm carrying it at all. Inconspicuous. And yet, it's got a big enough screen to read wallet addresses in full, so I can double and even triple check everything before I authorize transactions. It has 4 buttons, making the navigation intuitive and very easy. For instance, my Ledger Nano only has 2 buttons, so I have to use combinations sometimes, pressing both, other times pressing only the right one or the left one. I know this has been a bit confusing for some of my friends. Here there is no room for confusion, so that's good. Also, in addition to supporting numerous coins and tokens, too many to even begin to list them, you can check actually the full list on their website. There's also support for DeFi and NFT transactions. And then we come to 4, reputation. And this is where OneKey still needs time to gain enough track record to be able to shine. It's a fairly new brand that is only known in Asia so far, but since it's now starting to expand their global reach, this will change. They're based in Hong Kong, so naturally they cover the Asian region, where it's a very popular device, and I can point towards the fact that the recent Series A funding came at a valuation of $85 million, helping them secure over $3 billion in value across 42 chains, and have already processed over 14 million transactions without any issues. Most importantly, their investors are all venture capital firms, of which the most well-known and prominent one is Coinbase Ventures. This is in fact the only hardware wallet that Coinbase has invested in to date. So I think in regards to reputation, they are gaining that quite fast. Alright, now if you want to get your hands on one of these for free, all you have to do is post comments on this video. Tell me why you need this device. What do you like about it so far? You can comment more than once, just try to catch my attention. I will eliminate all the spam comments, of course. We always get these, it's inevitable. Alright, now let's move on to my chat with Sean Han, Head of Business Development at OneKey, who was kind enough to answer all of my questions about this device and its security. Take a look. All right, Sean. Well, thank you very much for taking your time to join me on this call today. First of all, where am I finding you today? Where are you?
Yeah, I'm right now based in Hong Kong, and it's nice to meet you, Jordan. It's my pleasure to be here.
Nice to meet you too. I mean, I really like the device, and of course, with hardware wallets, the security is the most important part. So this is mainly the topic of conversation today. But first of all, tell me, how did this project come along? How long ago? When did you start? And how did OneKey actually come about?
Yeah, for sure. OneKey was founded in 2019 in Hong Kong, and we are at first we would like to focus on a hardware wallet team, but as our CEO found out that maybe there's a huge requirement and demands to the software wallet side, so we would like to create a product line which can adjusting our users' demands like all-in-one wallet. So this comes out to be a hardware wallet while a very compatible software wallet. So that just come out OneKey hardware wallet and OneKey software wallet, and to the software wallet side, that is a multiple chain wallet like all-in-one in cryptos. That is our direction, and that is our aim, to let our users to easily access to Web3 space, or to easily access to chain, to cryptos. That is our aim. So we would like to define ourselves as the best-selling hardware wallet company in Asia. We have approximately sell over 100,000 pieces per year in 2022, especially after the FTX crisis in the early November, late October. And also, we just announced our financing issues, like we have raised approximately $20 million in our Series A round at a valuation of $65 million. That is our financings. And I should highlight that OneKey is the only hardware wallet team that Coinbase has ever invested. So this is the point, and this is our powerful backup, which let us move forward to this market, move forward to this industry. Yes, I see. Actually, you do have quite a few venture capital investors as well. There's Dragonfly, Rabbit Capital, Coinbase Ventures, obviously, Framework Ventures, Sky9 Capital,
Folius Ventures, Ethereum Ventures.
Yeah.
So quite
Yes.
an impressive list for a startup.
Yes. As we maybe talk to our investors, and they highly appreciate our spirit of be transparent, open source. We would like to create a product that will affect the whole hardware wallet industry, and that is why OneKey Touch and OneKey Classic and OneKey Mini comes out. So, regarding to these three types of wallet, I would like to tell you that it is very popular in Asia region. I should admit, maybe Jordan, you and maybe most users out of Asia region haven't heard of OneKey before. It is a choose because yes, for me, when I come into OneKey to maybe August 2022, OneKey haven't expand the market to out of Asia region. So that is why maybe you guys haven't heard of OneKey before, because we just at a very early age to the whole world, to worldwide market. So that is the reason.
Yeah, that makes sense, because indeed in Europe or in the States we haven't yet heard of the company, but that I am familiar with. How things work when you have a startup. Of course, first you have to cover the market that is where you are based, that is most familiar to you, which in your case is Asia. So I am expecting that throughout this and next year, perhaps, we're going to see more marketing targeted towards outside regions of Asia and, stepping into the European market, where you do have stiff competition. There's quite a few hardware wallets that come out of Europe and are already very popular in Europe. I will see how you guys will be able to compete with them. I think price point is one way to compete. Another way, of course, is interoperability and everything. I see that you support so many different blockchains, tokens, and coins. That often is quite a challenge. So how are you doing on that front?
Oh, yes. So that's a good question. I would like to mention that since maybe 2021, we started to integration chains, some popular chains. And for right now, compared to most of maybe hardware wallet brands, OneKey may not rank the first, but should be the lead. We have integrated a lot of chains, like maybe some OG chains like Bitcoin, Ethereum, other chains like maybe Chainlink, XRP, Cosmos. And I would like to highlight that OneKey is not also integrating some original OG chains, but also some popular new chains like Aptos, Tsunami, and also we are now moving forward to a very new chain called Casper. Why we would like to moving so fast and integrating so much chains? Because we have find out that nowadays, more and more new chains coming, and there is a lot of new things comes out every day. So we would like to adjust our users' demands, meet their requirements, like giving them a place to store their assets, to protect their assets. Because we really prefer our users to the self-custody, not to put all the assets into maybe a CEX, maybe a decentralized exchange or other places. We also recommended that you shouldn't put all your assets into a place, so that you can somehow avoid the tragedy of FTX crisis, right? Maybe you can put your assets in some of the exchange like Binance, OKX, and maybe you can put in some of your software wallet like MetaMask, Trust Wallets. And also, you should store your assets into a safer place like Cold Wallet. That is the reason for why that we are moving forward to meet more requirements, to addressing more demands, so that our users can have a place, have a solution to protect their assets. We would like to put more attention to the top 2 wallets in this industry, top 2 brands in this industry, Ledger and Trezor. So on our roadmap, the first step we would like to do is to support the chain that these 2 brands have already supported. So after XMR Monero has already supported last week, right now we have supported all the chains and tokens that Trezor has supported. So right now, maybe we would like to put more efforts and put our attention to some popular new chains.
Okay. Now, of course, we have to talk security because this is, I mean, apart from diversity of coins that and tokens that you support, the more important part is actually the security because that's why people go to a hardware wallet. So let's talk about the type of security that your wallets are using. What is the security level of this wallet?
Okay, first of all, let me maybe introduce you the aspects of operation system. Yes, we should admit that we are fully open source, and many engineer or some people that really interested or maybe have some knowledge and understanding in this industry can recognize and realize that some of our codes are based on Tether. It is the truth, we should admit. Yes, our operation system is based on Tether and with fully open source. We respect what Tether have done in this industry, and so we trust that Tether is a very awesome and powerful hardware wallet, and also especially in the security aspect. So we build our operation system, our own operation system, based on Tether's code. This is the first point, and the second point is, what I would like to highlight is, compared to Tether, we have another SE security chips that can maybe let our wallets safer than Tether. As we are all fully open source, so somehow we may face many challenges that more hackers, more people will focus on our open source code to want to find out that this project or this wallet have something problem. It is a very hard thing for us, but we will try our best and work our full capacity to do the extremely things that protect our users' assets. That I would like to say that. Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, you're making a good point about that because that already happened in the very beginning of the release of the Mini. There was a vulnerability that was found, and as far as I know, it's all been fixed, and you addressed the issue in a blog and everything. But let's address this here right now so that people who are watching this can actually learn about it, because it's something that will come up when you do your due diligence and research. What exactly happened?
Yes. Earlier this year, we received a responsible disclosure from a cyber security startup Unciphered, and they sent us an email and told that there's a potential vulnerability in the OneKey firmware, and our hardware team have a meeting with them and find out that it is the truth. It is the truth. We should admit at the first. But what we would like to highlight is that these attacks established by Unciphered cannot be exploited remotely. This is a very, very important role, which they should get access to the machines itself. It is a very hard thing and a difficult thing.
Yeah, what you're saying basically, I mean, for people who are not familiar with the case, is that they were able to use the device and use a mediator, so to speak, another device that they link with the device and the computer, so that they can trick the device into releasing the seed phrase with a software that they installed. And they were able to basically get the device to go into a reset mode and give away the seed phrase to their mediator device, and this is how they were able to hack it. So you're making here a good point that despite them being able to do that, they were only able to do that while having the device with them. So it's not like a hacking or anything that is done remotely where someone gains access of your computer or software and is able to steal your seed phrase or private keys or anything like that. But in fact, they actually had the device. So yeah, this is a good point. And I think the other more important part is the fact that this vulnerability did not cause any losses of funds to any of the users. At least that's what I'm reading in your press release. Is that correct?
Yes, and I would like to mention that it is a very extreme situation that the hackers could get your wallet itself and then maybe do some operation. And yes, in the last past, maybe past days, they can do so. But after we release a new version of the hardware side, and they can't do it anymore. And I should mention that that is what I mean before that we all face a lot of challenges as we are open source, because more and more people pay attention to this side that, hey, OneKey establish their codes on GitHub so we can view the codes and maybe do some research and then find ways to find a solution, maybe to hack their wallet. They're trying to do so. Many people trying to do so, but right now it is the first case. Yes, I should tell you that it is the first case, and we solve it at once. It really attract our attention. But what comforts us is that it is very an extreme situation, so no one will lose their assets because of this accident. And you can maybe view on Cyber's YouTube channel that they also released many other brands, and they even find Tether before. I think you have to do your research. You have done your own research and find out that they have contacted Tether before, and also like other open source wallets. I'm not maybe spreading the rumor to the other brands, but it is a truth that
No, I understand very well. And yeah, no, this is true. I mean, pretty much every hardware wallet that I know of at some point has had some bugs or vulnerabilities. I remember back in 2017, Ledger had a vulnerability that was exploited. Someone managed to find a way to install a some sort of a malware where, as you scan QR codes, the actual QR code reader or something was duped into replacing the wallet address with a different wallet address that looked similar, but it was not the actual wallet address. So for about a couple of weeks or something, scanning wallet addresses was not the safest option. That was dealt with. That was also, something that Ledger addressed very quickly and everything. But it just goes to show that even Ledger and Trezor, the two giants in the industry, have already had their fair share of similar glitches and bugs. And, no one is exempt of errors, especially when upgrading firmware. There have been also these kind of issues at first. I mean, even Apple is such a big tech giant.
Yeah.
Even they have glitches often when they're upgrading their own, operating systems and stuff like that. So yes, I think we are well aware that everything is prone to similar things, but it's important that these are found early on and that they're dealt with quickly before people actually start losing money, because in this case, we are talking about capital. And people are holding, people are using hardware wallets precisely to avoid losing capital. I think the whole point of self-custody is that even you as a manufacturer do not have access to my seed phrase. You do not have access to my private keys. Therefore, I feel like you cannot impose any restrictions on me. However, MetaMask, which is also having a seed phrase and not controlling your private keys, managed to impose restrictions on purely based on IP address. So tell me, how is that going to work? What can you as a manufacturer do that we need to be aware of? And is there any influence, external influence, like for instance from Chinese government, that you could experience that you might have to be obliged to do something that might be detrimental to users?
And the first of all is when let me explain to you one by one, okay? And the first is like regarding to the IP policy, or maybe the permission, and maybe user logs, that we never contain any seed phrases or private key into the user log, and also we never request people's location, and also the IP policy permission when people connecting their hardware wallets, our OneKey hardware wallet, to their mobile. This is the first point. I should tell you that we really put many effort to solve this problem. I am the sales director in OneKey, and I'm facing too many distributors in Europe. This is a very, very funny thing that I would like to share with you and to our users or to the audience. That is, you should know that I handle the business in OneKey, and I'm facing too many distributors from many countries worldwide. And when I sell the machines to maybe some Asian countries like Indonesia, to Taiwan province, to Japan, to Korea or to Singapore, what people care about is the price. The first is price, and then whether it is user friendly. This is the first 2 points. They want to know that when I get a device, I can use it directly, and if I need to update the firmware, or if I like to set up, how to set up, it is very difficult. Is that it? So people more focus, put more attention on it. But when I sell our devices to the distributors in Europe, I have friends in Slovenia and Netherlands. These 2 friends taught me a lot. When I sell the devices to them, okay, they told me the first point, hey, Sean, OneKey Touch is awesome. I have my own ledger stacks right now, and OneKey is much nicer. But remember, Sean, you need to solve the problem that when the first time I connected OneKey Touch to the mobile, it will request my location. It is very suspicious. Then I conveyed this point to my team, and my team said, oh no, sir, it is not our fault. It is not our bad, because it is Android 12 will request the location of users when a Bluetooth device is first connected to the mobile. But people still will think that it is OneKey requested, your IP requested your location. So OneKey, our developers, put a lot of effort to solve this problem, to ban the request of location and IP permission, so that our distributors will have no concerns to sell our wallets to the users, and they can guarantee that OneKey will not take any of your private information, your seed phrases, your mnemonic words, your private keys, will not even upload to the server or will store it by OneKey itself. So this is the first point and the biggest problem and challenge that when we face to the B side, when we face to the distributor side, we need to solve it. And we really pay attention to this point because do you still remember that the Solana hack in August in 2022? Why? Because the wallet stored the user's mnemonic words and private key into the user log and upload it to a 3-end server. And then when hackers attacked the server, and they can get the user's private key, which caused a very large-scale hack incident. So this is the key point, and we're really aware of it. So we would like to avoid such stuff, and it will never happen in OneKey, both hardware and software side. So regarding to the government aspects, yes, I should admit that like cryptos, it is prohibited in China mainland. But as we are a Hong Kong company, and that is why we set our company and founded our company in Hong Kong, and and our team members are separately working everywhere worldwide, like in Singapore, like in Tokyo. So we have no such concerns about it. So I hope that my explanation can help you.
Yeah, I mean, that is also what I thought, but I just needed to hear it from you, especially for my audience. You know, people need to hear this coming from you rather than me just saying it the way I see it. I mean, this is really the way it makes sense, but it's always better to actually hear it directly from you guys. Well, Sean, these are all of my questions. Thank you very much for coming to the show today and for taking your time to explain all of this to us. I will keep in touch, and hopefully we will do a follow-up one day. All right, guys, so this was our conversation with Sean. I hope this answered all of your questions. But to summarize all that we talked about here, custodial wallets are no longer trusted by the crypto community. That much we know. As first-time users, people get comfortable with custodial wallets, and this is mainly because they seem easier to operate with. But any third party, like an exchange, is in fact the keeper of your private keys, and this is crucial, especially if the company controlling your custodial wallet becomes defunct, like we've seen many times, or gets hacked. Non-custodial wallets add an extra layer of protection as you retain all control over your crypto. And since 2022 and the collapse of several centralized custodial services like BlockFi, Celsius, Three Arrows Capital, and most impactful of all, FTX Exchange, the community no longer trusts custodial wallets, and hardware wallets provide a ready-made non-custodial solution. Holding your assets in just one place is never a good idea, which is why I'm using 5 different devices for my crypto holdings, and I keep adding more as time goes by and my capital grows. With this OneKey Classic, I'm actually replacing an older wallet device, KeepKey, that has malfunctioned. Which is the good thing about these devices. If one gives up and you lose it or damage it or it gets stolen, you can just migrate your accounts to another one. You don't have to worry about the device itself. All you need to do is have your seed phrase. Just don't lose this, please, under no circumstances. Make 10 backups if you have to, but do not lose your seed phrase ever. Now, why OneKey? Well, here are the things that I like about this device. First of all, it's ultra light. I'm really impressed by this, and the fact that it is so thin makes it perfect for carrying around when I travel. And as you know, I travel 7-8 months of the year, so this is important for me. You can choose between 12, 18 and 24 words seed phrase. Most wallets don't give you that choice. Of course, I prefer 24 words because this way I feel that the security is tighter. Also, blind signing. This makes DeFi transactions easier to complete, and it's a new feature that not many other wallets have. And also, passphrase protection, if you want to. Bluetooth connectivity, that means that I can use it on the go, and for some of you this might not be a big deal, but I often sell Bitcoin in an exchange bureau where I have to go and do the transaction there on the spot, so this is why I care for this function. Another thing that impressed me is that this is the first and the only hardware wallet company that Coinbase has ever invested in. I also like that its code is open source, and price-wise, it is cost-effective and really affordable. It's cheaper than all of its competition in the same category, priced at $89. It is way less than half the price of Trezor Model T, almost half the price of Ledger Nano X, and still much cheaper than other competitors like Elipo, Keystone, and StackUX, which are all great devices, no doubt. But price is not the only factor. Support for DeFi and Web3 platforms is also important, as well as the vast choice of blockchains and all of their tokens that this device offers. Top-notch security too. It carries double chips, MCU and secure element, and lastly, it's easy to navigate with 4 buttons and a large screen. The app which you use to control the device is built for all main platforms: Mac, Windows, Linux, iOS, Android, iPad, Chrome plugin, Firefox plugin, Edge plugin. It's all covered. Now, in my next video, I will take you through the steps of setting it up. I'll do a tutorial. So if you're considering getting this wallet, make sure to catch this tutorial. And just to remind you, again, I'm doing a raffle for one of these devices for free here on my YouTube channel. So get down with the comments. Tell me why you want one of these devices. What do you like about it so far? I will run this for about a week. So next week, I will revisit the comments here and I will pick a winner at the end of the week. I will announce the winner in my Friday or maybe Saturday episode next week. Make sure you catch this one, and I will also remind you about this giveaway in the upcoming episodes before that. So without taking up any more of your time, let's wrap up this video. I hope this was insightful and informative, so please show your support by leaving a like and check out the links in the description below, where you will find the links to all of the crypto services that I personally use and that I recommend to you. And with that said, I'm off. See you in the next one.